This is K9WLW with a new video featuring the Openspot3. Before I begin the video, I wanted to dedicate this video to 3 fellow hams that were kind enough to purchase an Openspot3 as a gift and ship it to me. I wanted to recognize these 3 fellow hams. This was a wonderful surprise gift, and as a result of that, I wanted to give them a shout out. Special thanks to Matt, KG4LIO, Chuck, KJ4, KVC, and Gene, N0OER. Without you 3, this video would not be possible, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being so kind as to send me a wonderful gift as this Openspot3. Well, today's video is about cross-moding from your DStar radio. This is something that's quite revolutionary, at least at this stage. Prior to the Openspot3, we've had difficult times in communicating with other networks, Fusion, DMR, and in actuality we can now connect to the NXDN network as well. DStar was sort of a standalone because it uses a separate vocoder, I guess, or not as modern vocoder as the other modes use, and it was not been cross-modable on hotspots until the Openspot3 came out several months ago. Well, I wanted to demonstrate how easy it is for you to connect to these other worlds with your DStar radio as your only radio. I'm currently connected to Reflector 30 Charlie, and on the dashboard on the connectors page it'll also show you what you're connected to in case you don't know, and it says connected to 30 Charlie. Okay, and I'm sure most of us by now are familiar with how to link to the various places in the DStar world on your ICOM radio. Well, on one of my earlier videos I mentioned a place that's known in the to select menu as your call sign. If you hit the up rocker and highlight the to field and hit the enter key, and if you have a 5100 or a 4100 or a 9700, they're, I believe, are touchscreen. Well, the 4100 I don't think is touchscreen, but you can go to the to select menu in a similar fashion on those radios. And in the to select menu, you not only have the reflector options where you can use reflector link commands, unlink, echo, repeater info, but there's also the special area that's called your call sign on the ICOM radios. If you go to the to select menu on a Kenwood, it'll say individual, but it's the same thing. It allows you to store your own personal commands for whatever it is you want to link to. You can even put in a use reflector CQ over here if you like, and unlink, echo, repeater information, I command. But this is also the area where I demonstrated you can connect or load up commands to link to XRF reflectors, DCS reflectors, XLX reflectors, and also you can link to individual DStar repeaters. Like the Tampa repeater, I can link to that. Or Jackson, Tennessee, NT4MC Charlie module with a link command L at the end. Well, in addition to that, this is where you can store special link commands to take yourself out of DStar and into the world of Brandmeister, into individual talk groups of Brandmeister, into the YSF reflectors, also in the C4FM or Fusion world into FCS reflectors, And I've even added a special command to connect to an NXDN reflector. And I will demonstrate how they work. Now, if you're not overly familiar with DMR, it's a little different than the other worlds in that you first have to connect to a Brandmeister server if you want to connect to Brandmeister. You don't just jump right into a talk group. First you connect to a server, then you key up to talk into a talk group. The Brandmeister server that I use is Brandmeister 3102 USA, but you can choose another one on the Brandmeister server list, and you can see a list of them on your Openspot dashboard. Okay, now again, we're still connected to 30 Charlie. I'm loading in the to field the command BM3102. That is the your call command that the Openspot recognizes to connect you to the Brandmeister server. Now, bear in mind, I'm still connected to 30 Charlie, so as soon as I do this, I'm going to leave DStar and transition over to the Brandmeister server. So all I have to do is load it in the to field and do a quick push to talk and release and listen.
Openspot connected to Brandmeister 3102.
Okay, and I believe it'll scroll something across the screen. Okay, it didn't in this case. Okay, so we are connected to the Brandmeister server. We can verify that with the audio. You can even verify that we are now connected to Homebrew MMDVM Brandmeister on the connectors page. It's no longer showing DStar and 30 Charlie. Now, to connect to a talk group, you have to do one more step. You go back into the your call sign. I've stored a link or command for two different talk groups, just as demonstration. Talk group 91, talk group 3100. That's worldwide, and that would be a USA nationwide talk group. The commands to link to those talk groups, once you're on the Brandmeister server, again, you connect to the server first, then you go to the talk group, is simply the talk group number. So the link command here is 91. The link command to talk group 3100 is 3100. So whatever talk group number you want to connect to, that's the command. So first I'm going to connect to talk group 91. You load that in the to field, enter it in, and you'll see the command 91 below the name TG91. The command is actually the smaller letters there. So now I do a quick push to talk. And I'm connected to talk group 91. Now, it's a little different when you connect to a talk group. You don't hear an announcement that you're connecting to a talk group. You hear traffic coming in. Let me turn the volume down. But you can verify that you're in a talk group on the dashboard. See where it says Brandmeister Link Dynamic Talk Groups? 91. We're hearing traffic in it. Now to QSO in a talk group, you want to go back to the use reflector just like you do when you're on DStar. Again, we've linked in, we're connected, we're hearing traffic. And if we wanted to jump in, we just simply go to use reflector and we can QSO in talk group 91. It's that simple.
M7EM.
And you can hear it comes through, sounds just like your ordinary DStar signal.
Good afternoon, Brian. Thank you very much for attending my call.
Okay, that is connecting to 91. Now to get out of a talk group, this is something you'll have to get accustomed to. You want to do an unlink. Not the DStar unlink with the U command. You'll have to store a command known as 4000. I named it DMR unlink. Load that into the to field. See where it says 4000? Now when there's a break, you key up, you unkey.
Romeo Whiskey.
I didn't do it fast enough.
I think I need to update my database for radio. Thanks for you're the very first contact I've ever had with Moldova. 70 degrees and enjoy the day just starting your way.
Have to wait for a break here to try to get out.
To Alpha Hotel. 73, Victor.
Now I'll do it.
Not linked.
You hear the Brandmeister voice.
Scone.
And it shows disconnect. So now I'm back on the server without being connected to a talk group, so I won't hear any traffic. And you'll notice link dynamic talk groups are all blank. There's a dash there now, so I'm not connected to any talk group. If we want to connect to another talk group, go back into your call sign. Here's a second talk group I programmed. And you can program as many as you like. We'll go into 3100. Probably won't hear traffic. It's about 4 in the morning, 3:30. Who knows? Maybe we will. Now I load 3100 into the to field and I press to talk. Release. No announcement, but we're in the talk group. How do we know? It says I'm now linked dynamically to talk group 3100. If I want to QSO, reflector, use reflector, and I can QSO in 3100 all day long, or monitor it all day long. Okay, again, you want to get in the habit when you're done with a talk group, you want to do the talk group unlink 4000 command. Which I stored here. A quick push to talk. Wait for the announcement.
Not linked.
That's the Brandmeister voice saying we're not linked. So we're off the talk group. We're just on the server. Okay, well, I hope that explains Brandmeister. Now let's move on to YSF reflectors. Again, you can go there from DStar. You can go there from DMR. Wherever you are, you can just transition right there with the way they set this hotspot up. I stored another command for going to YSF reflector 21080 America link. I named it YSF Amerilink, ran out of space. The command is YS21080 Yankee Sierra, followed by the 5-digit number of the reflector. That's the command. All I have to do is do a quick push to talk with that in the to field.
Openspot connected to YSF reflector 21080.
I am connected to America's link, and again, reflector, use reflector for QSO. And it shows here that you're connected to 21080. Okay, once again, let's go to an FCS reflector in the Fusion world. Back into the your call sign. I've stored 2 of them. FCS reflector America link and FCS 390 American link. These are just 2 examples, and you can load up whatever ones you want once you get familiar with what's over there. The command for linking up to FCS reflectors is FCS 00290. FCS 00290. The command for FCS 390 is FCS 0000390. Again, for YSF, it's just YS followed by the 5-digit room number. FCS, it's FCS followed by 2 zeros followed by the 3-digit room number. 290, 390, and so forth. Let's try the 290. I've loaded FCS 00290 in the to field. Quick push to talk.
Openspot connected to FCS2, room 90.
We're connected. It shows that we're on FCS 002, room 90, America Link Wires X. QSO, remember, back to reflector, use reflector. Okay, we'll try another one. Your call sign, FCS 390 America Link. Another way into the same room.
Openspot connected to FCS3, room 90.
And if we want a QSO, reflector, use reflector. And you can spend all day in that room if you wish. Lastly, a world that probably many of us haven't experimented with, you can also cross mode to the NXDN reflectors. If you look on your hotspot, you'll be able to see a list of them in the NXDN connectors. I've only programmed one for demonstration. But what we do is you go back into your call sign, and the command is NX 1200. It's talk group 1200 or reflector 1200 in NXDN. So the code is NX followed by the reflector number. In this case, this one is NXDN 1200, and I named it NXDN 1200 Florida. I load that in the to field. The command NX 1200 is now in the to field or UR call field. A quick push to talk, release.
Openspot connected to NXDN reflector 1200.
And we're now connected to that NXDN reflector for QSO, reflector, use reflector. Again, we have not had to really touch the dashboard to navigate. We've done all this from the radio itself. Pretty powerful. Okay, just to rehash what the commands were for Brandmeister. Linking to the server, which is step 1, it's BM followed by the server number. I also stored a talk group 4000 command to unlink from any talk groups, which you're supposed to do after you're done in a talk group. Unlink it. That way you have a clean slate on the server. I loaded up 2 different commands here for talk group 91. The command is 91. 3100, the command is 3100. YSF is YS followed by the 5-digit reflector number in the YSF reflectors. FCS command is FCS00 followed by the 3-digit number of the FCS room. NXDN reflectors can be connected to with NX followed by the reflector number. We're still connected to NXDN, and you're like, okay, what about getting back to DStar? Easy. I'll go back to 30 Charlie, reflector, link to reflector, 30 Charlie, quick push to talk.
Openspot connected to REF030 Charlie.
I spin my knob 1 click to
CQ.
CQ, and I'm ready for QSO and DStar. Well, that's it. I hope that made sense to everyone. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for those of us in the DStar world to be able to communicate in the other modes, in DMR and Fusion, and yes, even in NXDN. I think it's a fantastic add-on or an ability that the Openspot3 has made available to us. Anyway, I hope that was all pretty clear. If anyone has any questions, please either comment below or email me at cq2meters@yahoo.com. And again, special thanks to Matt, KG4LIO, Chuck, KJ4, KVC, and Gene, N0OER, for this wonderful gift known as the Openspot3. I cannot thank the 3 of you gentlemen enough. 73s.